I'm Gary North, and for over 35 years, I have been involved in direct response marketing. So I have had considerable experience. On my website, GaryNorth.com, I have a department devoted to advertising, and I also have a forum devoted to advertising. My goal is to help my subscribers to get a better understanding of what it takes to be effective in marketing and communications. It's not the primary focus of the site, but it is a secondary focus. From time to time, I find an ad that is so good that I want to go through it with my subscribers, so I use YouTube to do this, or I use some other video service. Once in a while, I find a classic ad that is wrong, and I mean not just a little wrong, but wrong in such fundamental ways that I want to use it as an example of what not to do. With this video, I'm going to show you what not to do. On November 22nd, I had in my mailbox a promotional letter on this particular service. I would call that spam, but I did buy a Roku product, so maybe it's not spam, maybe it's just advertising to existing holders of Roku products, and that's fine. I like ads, I like to see ads, I like to analyze ads, and this ad is a classic to analyze. So let's go through it. It said in the email that if I clicked a particular hot link, I would be taken to the web page where I could see the whole ad. That is what I did. Let's begin at the top. Now let me remind you, generally in the field of direct response advertising, those of us who write copy know that a headline has to grab the reader's attention, and in all likelihood, you have only 5 seconds to grab his attention and to keep him reading the ad. If it's a piece of paper, in other words, if it's mailed out as an envelope, he'll simply toss away the envelope. He will not open it. He won't turn it over to the other side. Nothing. You have about 5 seconds. It is not any more than that when you have an ad in an email box or when you have a web page with an ad on it. So let's look at what we get in terms of eating up the initial 5 seconds. The first thing you see is, look what's new on Roku, ESPN, news, and movies. Now that is pushing the limit. And the question is, why should I look what's new on Roku? Give me a reason. Why should I? If a person responds with, why should I, the ad is dead. I mean, it is dead. And this one asks me to do something, or asks the reader to do something, without any good reason for the reader to do it. Over here, we have this. Can't see the images? View this mail as a website. Now, this has been pulled in from the original email in my email box. They haven't changed it. So I'm going to click this, and nothing happens because I'm already on the page. So already, the company has a problem, and that is it's running out of time. Next, Roku. Well, that tells me where it's from. Interesting. Maybe I want to know. But if I don't like Roku, or if I don't know what it's about, I'm probably going to blip it off my screen or out of my email box. Now it says forward to a friend. And that raises a question. Why should I? Why should I forward this to a friend? No reason whatsoever yet. Buy Roku. Buy what Roku? What is there that I'm supposed to buy? Now I can click it, but then that takes me away from the ad. That takes me away from look what's new on Roku. But I'll click it. I'm clicking it. I'm clicking it. Nothing's happening. So it tells me to do so. There we go. There we go. Slow. Oh, that's slow. Now they've got me to another page, and I've got a whole list of things I can buy, but why should I buy any of them? I do own a Roku box, an old one. It's okay. Why should I buy any of this stuff? Why have they taken me to a page that has nothing to do with the ad that they have paid to send to me? Now I'm going to go back, but it was a very slow loading page, and it has nothing to do with the offer. So they've gotten me off the page. They're not getting me to buy anything. Will I click back or will I just go to something else? If I'm a normal reader, I'm going to go to something else. So I'm back. I can post it on Facebook. I can post it on Twitter. Why should I do that? They're way out of the 5 seconds. I mean, I'm gone. I've got nothing so far. Now let's go to this. Now this is TV. What is TV? What is it all about? What has this got to do with anything? It says now this is TV. I want to know why this is anything. What is it? It's not TV. I'm not watching TV. I don't want to watch TV. What I want is ESPN News and Movies, because that's what I've been asked to find out about. Next, ESPN and News and Movies, oh my. What is that about? Let's read it faster. ESPN and News and Movies, oh my. Do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of The Wizard of Oz, 1939 movie. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. What has lions and tigers and bears, oh my, got to do with anything? And by the way, it creates a negative response because nobody wants to fool around with lions and tigers and bears, oh my. That was the whole point of the scene in the movie. You didn't want to deal with any of those things. You wanted to get away from them. So some budding advertiser who doesn't know the business came up with a headline that offers no benefits, no information, no guidance, and he takes it out of a 1939 movie from a phrase that has nothing to do with anything that they're trying to sell me and inserts this as the main headline. That's my 5 seconds. My 5 seconds is where my eye goes, and what I get is a clever but useless reworking of lions and tigers and bears, oh my. So far, nothing. No action step, no benefit, no explanation, nothing. Next, the best of what's new on Roku. This is the best? And in any case, what's old on Roku? What has this got to do with anything? How is this communicating any kind of information to me that I would like to use in making my life better? This is the best of what's new on Roku. So let's scroll down. The first thing that is the best of what's new on Roku, which should be the most important thing that they're offering, since it's the first thing I'm going to look at, is a screen. And the screen is a computer screen, which by the way has nothing to do with television. It's a computer screen. And it has some choices: movies, TV shows, news, search, current show, settings, my channels. I've never seen this screen. I don't know what this screen is. I don't know how to get to this screen. I have no interest in this screen, but I see some what looks like to be movie posters or movie covers. And it says instantly watch the newest releases, MGO. Well, how do I go to MGO? Take a look at the cursor. You see the cursor? You know what's wrong with the cursor? It's an arrow. And an arrow means no action step. Let me show you what it should be. Let's scroll down to the next offer, AOL. Now watch the cursor. Aha! It is a hand. And we all know what that means. Click it and you get something to do. You get to see something. Something will change. I'm going to click it. So I click it. Okay, I go to AOL. Breaking AOL news. Well, of course, I don't know why I want that, but that's what I can go to. It doesn't give me any real information. It doesn't tell me what to do, but at least I can go to it. So they've taken me off the ad page and put me somewhere where there's no action step. By the way, there's Sports 24/7. Well, I can go there. And when I go there, what do I find? Watch ESPN. Okay, well, I watch ESPN. I can add the channel. So I guess I can do something. But so far, I can't get the movies. Now, how about this? Watch 2 great movies on us. Start watching tonight. It's a cursor. It's an arrow. There's no action step. The first 2 titles are complimentary, a value of up to $11.98. Well, okay. There's MGO. Well, okay. But I can't get to it. There's no way to get to it. There's no action step. There's nothing I can do. It just is a dead arrow cursor. Now let's go down a little farther on the screen. I can watch Alpha House. I don't want to watch Alpha House, but I can. It's got nothing to do with movies. Wait a minute, that's a TV show. So I'm told in the ad that what I'm going to get is ESPN. I'm going to get movies, and I'm going to get news. Is this a movie? No, apparently not. It's not a movie I've ever heard. It's an instant video. How about Hulu Plus, The Wrong Man's? I don't know what The Wrong Man's is. I don't want to watch The Wrong Man's. It's not a movie. It's not ESPN, and it's not news. So why is it here? No good reason. They just put it on the screen. Why not? Need more sports? Well, okay, I can get Dish World, or I can get the NBA game. But that's not ESPN, that's not movies, and that's not news. So they're giving me something that was not in the headline and which I've shown no interest in, but they're giving me that as a choice. Well, there's one more choice. Black Friday, exclusive savings. Cursor's dead. Something special is waiting just for you. Really? Where? Not here. I'm clicking. Not here. Be sure to check your email before you check your turkey. Folks, if we're talking turkey, we're talking this ad. This ad is a classic turkey. When I think turkey, for years from now on, I'm going to think of this ad. Now let's go back to the top. They have lost me. They have gotten me nowhere. They have not told me what to do. They have not told me the benefit. Okay, now down here, let's get the benefit. A movie store at your fingertips. A movie store. Well, now that's going to tell me what? Blockbuster? I don't go to Blockbuster anymore. I haven't gone to Blockbuster in 20 years, but it calls up an image of Blockbuster. People don't go to movie stores anymore. They don't really exist much anymore. They're mostly going out of business because of streaming video. So it's a movie store at my fingertips. That is, it's an obsolete technology and an obsolete marketing program at my fingertips. Why do I want something obsolete at my fingertips? Let's read the text. Watching the latest movies and TV shows has never been easier with MGO for Roku. But I've never used MGO for Roku. I don't know what MGO is. I have no idea what MGO is. And even if I did, how would I get to it? Because there's no action page here. There's no action step for me to take. Let's continue. Simply search for your selection under the Movies and TV Shows page on your Roku home screen. Sign up in just one click. The first 2 rentals are complimentary. That's a value of up to $5.99 per movie rental. Enjoy hassle-free payments with our integrated Roku billing system. So all I've got here is $5.99. I got to pay $5.99 to get a movie on Roku MGO. What does it cost me using Roku to go to Amazon to rent a movie? Maybe $1.99, maybe $2.99, maybe at most $3.99. They're selling me $5.99. Now, what do I use Roku for? I use it mostly for Netflix. And with Netflix, I get free movies. Now, they're not always very good movies, and they're not great TV shows always, but there's some that I like. So that's what I use Roku for. I get it for free. And Roku's trying to sell me movies for $5.99, and I can go to a local movie theater and see a brand new movie And I can usually do that because I get a senior discount for about $7, maybe $7.50. Sign up for free to get your complimentary movie rentals today. Sign up where? Where do I sign up? Look at this. It's dead. It's a vertical I. There's nothing here. I can't sign up. Apparently, I've got to go back to my TV set upstairs, 2 flights upstairs, to turn it on and go to Roku and take an action step. Folks, people take an action step right now. And if I can't take an action step right now, I'm not going to take the action step. So all I get is 2 asterisks. So let's scroll down and see what the 2 asterisks are. Here we go, right over here. Let me read it to you. For movie rentals of $5.99 or less, semicolon. And then with a capital O, on first use, comma, you will be prompted to create a new MGO account or link your existing MGO account to your Roku, semicolon. Incoherent. Not even English as a second language. Next semicolon. Capital, discount, doesn't belong. Discounts are automatically applied at checkout and reflected both in your emailed receipt and account history. I don't have an account. I can't set up an account history because I don't have an account. So all I've got here with double asterisks is an incoherent paragraph made up of incoherent sentences, probably written by the legal department, but maybe not, maybe by the billing department, but I guarantee you not written by anybody who has had experience in direct mail marketing. So let's go back to the beginning. You've spent some time here, maybe more time than you want to spend, but at least you'll see what not to do. This ad is a disaster. Somebody in Roku's marketing department signed off on this ad, spent the money for this ad, and nobody beta tested the ad to see if there would be at least a click-through action step that is as good as the one on AOL. They have it. ESPN or Sports 24/7 has it. But movies are not live. You can't go to Roku. You can't get to Roku. You can't create an account on Roku. You got to go to your TV and go through some strange procedure that I've never gone through and you've probably never gone through to set up an account. And they're trying to send this out either as spam, which is silly, or they're sending it out to somebody who supposedly has a Roku account, which is silly because I don't have a Roku account. From start to finish, this ad is a complete disaster. If they make money on it, I'll be amazed. In any case, they could have made a lot more if they'd simply designed it properly and beta tested it properly. A multi-million-dollar company simply does not know what it's doing. And this is a classic example of people who should know what they're doing, who know how to market technical boxes, who know how to sell digits, but they don't know how to design an ad. They don't know how to generate money from the ad. And if guys at the top of the heap with that much money make mistakes this big, then you are in a position of learning a great deal if all you'll do is sit down and get a book like Victor Schwab's book, How to Write a Good Advertisement. Just go online and buy Victor O. Schwab, How to Write a Good Advertisement, read the book, and you will be way ahead of whoever was hired by Roku to design this advertising page. A Better Mousetrap. Mac Ross on the Law of the Mousetrap. Mac Ross was one of the great marketing geniuses in the field of direct response marketing in the final quarter of the 20th century. He was just extraordinary. He died. I wish he had not died. I learned a great deal from him. But the most important thing I ever learned was his very simple law of the mousetrap. If you build a better mousetrap, but you neglect marketing, you'll die alone and broke with a garage full of mousetraps. And that is the reality of a great many corporations, a great many manufacturing companies. They pay attention to the details of the manufacturing, but they don't pay attention to the details of marketing. I have some corollaries. Mousetrap designers are uninterested in marketing. That's the main problem. They just don't care. They're interested in designs, they're interested in innovations, they're interested ultimately in the manufacture of the particular item, but they are not interested in marketing. They don't have any understanding of marketing. They don't really have a great deal of respect for people who are involved in marketing. They think that products sell themselves, and the products don't sell themselves. Mousetrap manufacturers are uninterested in marketing. These are the people who go from the specifications on a blueprint to the final product. They're interested in engineering, and they have two major goals. First, to produce the particular product close to the specifications laid down in the blueprints, and then secondly, be able to sell this product either to the general public or to a retailer at a profit. There's conflict between the two goals. There are trade-offs between the two goals, but they are not interested in the actual marketing of the product. They're simply interested in the spread, the price spread, between how much it costs to produce it and how much they get in from revenue to whoever buys it. And they probably are selling it to a third-party retailer. Here is my rule. Never hire an ad agency that does not provide statistically measurable success indicators in advance for every ad. You've got to be able to put controls on the ad agency. And if you don't understand the basics of marketing, you had better understand the basics of accounting. You have got to have a system which enables you to evaluate the success of the ad. There must be statistical indicators. You've got to make certain that the ad is not costing you more to run than it is pulling back in net revenue after everything is paid for. Companies do not pay sufficient attention to the metrics of advertising, and the advertisers are usually not interested in providing that information because they make their money on the 15% that they get for running the ad, and they want to run that ad as long as they can, and they don't want the company to stop running the ad because that's how they make their money. So they don't have a tremendous self-interest in making certain that the company that is paying for the ad has rigorously statistical, rigorously adequate information on the difference between what the ad costs to run and what the net revenues are as a direct result of the ad. CEOs do not know what a good ad is. They haven't seen a good ad. They don't know about the metrics of an ad. They simply do not have any real understanding of the nature of marketing, the difficulties of marketing, and the techniques of marketing. They delegate the whole thing. But the problem is the people they delegate this responsibility to may not know what they're doing. And if it's an in-house operation, it is much more likely that they do not know what they are doing. But when you take it to what I call an outhouse ad agency, they know what they're doing. They're selling an ad to the senior managers of the company. And as long as the senior managers of the company keep paying to run the ad, they are not going to change. So this leads me to my basic rule of the law of the mousetrap. In other words, an application of that law. Never let any ad agency launch an ad campaign you are paying for before having a third-party ad specialist critique it. You have got to have a third party evaluate it, give judgment of it, give suggestions for it. Don't assume that you know enough to run an effective ad that somebody else has designed. You have got to get somebody who is a specialist to critique that ad. I don't do it, at least I don't do it directly. I have a website. There is a section on the website, a department that is devoted to advertising, and there are a lot of questions and answers on the forums that relate to advertising. So somebody can pay $14.95 a month and get continuous feedback on advertising campaigns. It's easy money. It's cheap money. It's a way to get critiques very inexpensively of an existing campaign. Of course, the problem is CEOs don't know about this. They don't care about this. They don't think they have to get involved with the nitty-gritty details of marketing and advertising. But the problem is, if the advertising doesn't work, the individual is going to wind up the way Mac Ross said, alone and broke with a garage full of mousetraps. I warn you about this. I hope you will take it seriously.